I'm really excited for this right now. I came across a traditional Cambodian barbecue that serves crocodile, ostrich, and water buffalo. It's days like today that remind me why I'm a traveler.
Angkor Wat is located in Siem Reap, Cambodia, 320 kilometers north of the capital. It makes up a portion of Angkor City that dates back to the 12th century.
Angkor is believed to be Southeast Asia's first metropolis with over 1 million residents at one point. So not only is this the world's largest religious site, but this is also the world's largest pre-industrial city.
Before visiting the temples, a lesser-known side trip is the floating village of Kompong Pluk. It's 35 kilometers away from Siem Reap and only reachable by boat.
It's right in the middle of a lake, a whole community of people.
By living here, the 3,000 inhabitants reside on one of the world's most abundant fisheries. These homes sit right at the waterline, making it seem as if the village is floating.
It's incredible.
But we have a temple city to go to.
When traveling to Angkor, you have to realize the distances between all the temples are really, really far. So do what I do. I'm hiring a tuk-tuk for the day, paying $10 to show me around all the temples at my leisure in the best possible route.
Let's go check out one of the 7 wonders of the world.
There's a couple things to consider before going to Angkor. Number 1, to properly explore, you'll need to be okay with climbing. Even with a tuk-tuk, plan to be active all day. Number 2, it's incredibly hot and humid.
Double up on the antiperspirant because you're gonna need it.
Number 3, it can get really crowded.
Go into the lesser-known temples first, then head towards the more popular ones towards the end of the day. Literally just take the opposite route as everybody else.
Every ruler of the Angkor Empire built their own state temple, which is the equivalent of like our presidents building a new White House after every election. So the temple we're going to now was built by a 17-year-old king over 1,000 years ago.
The temple is known as Ta Keo. It was the first temple to be built here entirely from sandstone.
You gotta come check this out. It's absolutely amazing.
The next temple that we're going to was the last to be built here in Angkor City. And it was built in the 12th century. That's how ancient this place is.
Welcome to Bayon, a temple famous for having over 200 smiling faces built right into it.
Ancient temples with faces, and that's just next level.
The temple was built under King Jayavarman VII. He was a Buddhist who wanted his state temple to represent compassion. It's incredibly peaceful, and there always seems to be a smiling face nearby.
The third temple that we're going to now is incredible for a multitude of reasons. What's truly remarkable is that it's been left intact and unchanged since its construction. There's only a few temples in the world that can claim that.
Ta Prohm is one of Angkor City's most celebrated temples, most notably for the movie Tomb Raider being filmed here. The massive silk cotton trees of Ta Prohm have taken root centuries ago and have merged themselves artfully with the temple.
It's surreal.
You can see why they shot Tomb Raider here.
All right, this is one of the craziest things I've seen at these temples. We have depictions of village life, water buffaloes, chickens, cows, and then a stegosaurus. How did that happen? That means someone from the 12th century got a good enough look at one of these to sit here and carve one out. That's rad.
We've gotten to explore some of the most fascinating temples here in Angkor City, but now we're going to Angkor Wat.
Originally Hindu, then converted into a Buddhist temple complex, this is the largest religious site in the world, covering over 500 acres.
This place is incredible. If I could tell you one thing, it's Angkor Wat lives up to the hype.
Nearly 5 tons of sandstone make up Angkor Wat. It was quarried nearly 40 kilometers away, then floated down the Siem Reap River to then be assembled where it stands today. The polished stone blocks that make up the temple were put together by a combination of elephants, ropes, and bamboo scaffolding over the course of 40 years. It's no wonder why people from all over the world come to Cambodia. Some just to see Angkor Wat.
It speaks for itself.
Siem Reap, Cambodia is a place like no other. Home to floating villages and world wonders, it's a must-see destination. And after a long day of exploration, there's nothing quite like Cambodian barbecue.
I don't know how to cook ostrich, but then again, I don't know how to cook crocodile or snake either. Let's just give this our best shot. I'm sure it's gonna taste good. Really good. That sauce is really good too. It's days like today that remind me why I'm a traveler.